In 1994, it happened, a genocide in Rwanda, and 1 million people were murdered in 90 days. During that genocide, I lost my parents, 3 brothers, and my sister.
I was born and raised in apartheid South Africa, when discrimination was the law and enforced by law. We lived in separate communities, we went to separate schools, and we were not allowed to use the same facilities unless they were segregated.
When war started in ex-Yugoslavia, in Croatia, I was 42 years old, mother of 2 children, head of 1 unit of the nuclear medicine department in clinic in Osijek. This is my born town, a town very near Serbian and Hungarian border.
I was a member of the negotiating team, the SDLP negotiating team, which participated in the talks, which led to the Good Friday Agreement.
You can learn through the Nelson Mandela University peace negotiations, and this is a very powerful thing to have in your free peace toolbox.
The first rule, strategically, of negotiations is know where you want to end up at the end of negotiations. Exactly. And know it not only through the topics that are being negotiated, but through your country's national security interests for the long run. It must not only have defined goals, it must have a vision.
And when I go to the Palestinian to reflect that there are good intentions from the Israeli side to implement or to make peace between both sides. And I believe also from the Israeli side and negotiators were playing the same role. Therefore, we succeeded and we put aside all the history of enmity, and the priority for both of us was really to reach an agreement.
Ultimately, the major problem was not just to persuade the British and Irish governments, but to persuade the unelected, unrepresentative and unaccountable paramilitary forces in both the Irish national and unionist communities to stop their campaigns of violence and murder and to enter into negotiations about the future of Northern Ireland with those of us who were elected by the voters.
I got started because I wanted to help decrease discrimination. The cesspool of discrimination festers and repels peace. How can we have human rights if we cannot define them? How would we know if they're violated? And how would we know when we have them? Education is key. Not only education and learning in the formal education sector, like schools, colleges and universities, but also the informal sector, community events, radio, TV, and of course the internet.
We decided to write letters to the neighbors on the other side of the war, on the territory under the Serbian control. Invited them to come to a neutral place in Hungary. During the 2 years, more than 1,600 persons from both sides, Croats and Serbs, met on that very place. The meeting house was established.
We cannot change the past, but we can change how we approach it or how we carry our feelings about it. Let the history inform you, not control you. Let me repeat this. Forgiveness is for you, not for the offender.
Hello, and welcome everyone to the YaLa Council Hangout. Hi.
Hi.
So we're joined today by a few of the YaLa Academy students. We have Monir from Bethlehem. We have Gal from Haifa, and we have Yahya from Yemen. So I'll just say a few words about YaLa Academy, and then I'll turn the words over to them so that they can speak for themselves. So YaLa Academy came as an idea back at the first annual online conference of YaLa in January 2012. We met with members online from all over the Middle East and North Africa, and we discussed with them what is it that they needed, what kind of projects and activities they wanted to see from YaLa young leaders. And the overwhelming response was better education opportunities and opportunities to collaborate with other young people across the Middle East and North Africa. So we began developing the YaLa Academy. We had a pilot program in 2013 where we tested out 6 different courses with about 300 students participating from all over the region. And the results of these pilot programs brought us to the conclusions that we needed to focus on 3 key areas: peace studies, regional leadership, and the third one is technological entrepreneurship. This last one is still under development. We don't currently have any programs in that area, but the first 2 we do have programs in. Today we're launching at the 3rd annual online YaLa conference the Peace Studies program, the YaLa Peace Institute in honor of Nelson Mandela. And in the second area, we have the MENA Leaders for Change program. So I'd like to begin by asking Monir, who participated in the YaLa Academy almost since the very first day, to introduce himself and to talk a bit about his experience in the YaLa Academy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monir. I'm from Bethlehem. I joined YaLa back in 2012. I just liked the page on the Facebook, and then I start to see, to read and about others' thoughts and this stuff. Back in 2013, YaLa started a program which is like Academy Online for Peace, which is I found it is a great and unique experience and thing to join. And then I signed up for YaLa Academy, and I studied the course Middle East Leadership for Change program, which is I found it is a great opportunity just to study with other students from both sides and all Middle East area region. So that was a great experience for me. I started to follow discussions and some blogs posted by Israelis and Palestinians and other Middle Eastern students. So that's given me an opportunity to just share and speak up freely my mind and everything with the other side. So that's a great experience and for me.
Great. Thank you so much, Monir.
Yes.
I'd like to now ask Gal to introduce himself and to speak about his experience with the YaLa Peace Institute.
Hi, I'm Gal. I'm 24. I live in Haifa. I grew up living in England for 7 years and in the US for 3 years until returning to Israel. And I joined the Israeli army and I served as a Navy SEAL until I finished. And now I study political science. And recently, most important perhaps in my life, is joining YaLa Young Leaders, which is a great opportunity, a great responsibility, and just a great thing to be involved in, I think. So since I've joined, I've been a part of a few of the discussions where we watch a video relating to peace studies, whether it's in Croatia or in Africa or different things like this, and we talk about it. And it's been amazing because I've gotten to know some people from very far, like somebody from Uganda who we talked to, and he's trying to start a think tank, and he's asking me all these things, and it's very interesting because I've never been to Africa, and it's great to meet I even consider it meeting because we talk, but to talk to somebody who's so far away and in a sense feel very close, and I can really feel like I can learn from people like that. Also, I've gotten to know all the YaLa team, and it's just a great bunch of people, and I think that's also an important thing that I've gotten out of YaLa. Even though it's great to talk to people from afar, it's really important what do we do here. People in YaLa, most of them are, I can see Monir agreeing with me and everything, but it's what are we gonna do to create it in our space. And it's funny, before we set up, me and Monir were talking, yeah, you should come to Bethlehem, you should come to Haifa. And it's very easy. It took us about 2 minutes, but there are people who don't see what me and Monir see, and it's harder for them to get involved or to even accept that we are going to create a peace here. Whenever it's going to happen, we're going to create it, and it's going to take them a while perhaps to deal with it. And that's what we're trying to do. So that's why for me to get to know the YaLa team here, it's really giving me a push, and it's like, what am I going to do? How am I going to be an activist? How am I going to be involved? And how am I going to learn from people who have been doing this for longer than myself?
If I can introduce, I mean, like now, look, we are like, because of YaLa Academy and this stuff, like now we are having this conversation, right? From Israel, from Yemen, you can see these all people, yeah, like come all together and just like we can speak up.
And it feels very relaxed, you know, it's not like, whoa, we're having a discussion.
Yeah, I mean, look, we use this, I mean, this technology and social websites, you know, so this is great.
Because this is what we have, these are the tools that we have in our hands, and this is what we have to use. I mean, I think it's very clear in my society and everywhere here in the Middle East and the world that social media is really such a key platform, and you can see it even in politics, and even Obama, who uses this type of stuff. This is the tools that we need to use. This is the way we can reach people.
Exactly, I agree.
That's exactly right, and that's exactly what YaLa Academy is trying to do, to take all of these tools that are available now and use them to bring our members together and to provide them with new skills and training that they can use to become leaders in their political, economic, and social spheres in their community and their country and across the region. So I'd like to ask now Yahya to talk a bit about his experience in the pilot program of the YaLa Peace Institute, and to speak about the different lectures that he's seen through the Institute and what he's learned and who he's met through this.
Absolutely. Hey, my name is Yahya. I'm originally from Yemen, have lived different places in the world, my dad's job. Grew up in the US and had different experiences. Well, I've got introduced to YaLa from a friend of mine that I've met in a peace conference last April. And it was interesting. She was like, there's this peace conference that you have to join and stuff. I was like, what is it about? She was like, it's initiating peace between the countries, especially Israeli and Palestinian. I was like, I am so in. So I signed up for the first time, and it was amazing. I started talking, you know, I started fitting in. Oh, I should mention that I'm studying in Istanbul and basically business management, and I'm doing a minor in political science. So 2 in 1, that's good. Anyways, I started involving in the program, and I liked it really, really much. It has wonderful people. First, second, it has like great impact on other people's life, because you know different people from different places have different opinions, and YaLa Academy just gathered them all in once to share this perfect. You guys on? Hello?
Perfect
Yeah,
what? I heard
on.
you up to the
perfect. Because it's pros over here. Anyways, let's get back again. So yeah, it's brought all of us together. So we have this main goal that we have to achieve, which is basically get over the thing that we already had and just establish peace for the new future.
Great, wonderful. Does anyone want to talk more about the lectures that they've seen through the Academy, what kind of skills or different ideas that they've learned through the Academy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
There was one thing I heard regarding. Oh, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, start, that's okay.
You start, no, you start.
Okay, one thing, like the videos that I've seen, and like every video has an impact on me. Like for every session that we had discussed several things. One of the videos that I really was amazed of, basically the Iron Lady. I have never, witnessed that there are some people who are really willing to change, and even in their position by taking, risks about their lives, everything that they're going to do just for the change, as we do, young leaders. However, those people are such inspiring to let us do even more and more.
Great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Megan?
Hello?
I can't see you, Megan. Oh, you're back, okay.
Okay, Gal, you had something to add?
I was going to say regarding just even a sentence. Sometimes you can just hear a sentence, and for me it was you cannot give peace, the recipe. It has to be something that's created here. It's not like we learn all these different things that have happened, but we can only as we said, it was a different time, a different place. We need to take those ideas and, like he said with the Iron Ladies, that courage, that strength, those moral values, and apply them to this time frame, to this scene. And this is the way. I mean, no one can come and say, here, create peace. This is not create peace, a forced peace. It's something that has to come from within. And that's why I think the younger generation, education, all that sort of stuff, that's where it's going to come from, because each one of us has at least a family that will have to deal with what we have to say in a dinner or two, but we have a lot of people that we can talk to, and this is what's going to impact. But we just need to excel it faster.
And plus, all those things that the videos basically that we shared had determined our vision, had straightened our vision that we can make a change. It's a great motivation first. Second, we had this vision that, okay, we can continue, and there are people who are going to support us because we're not the only one who is going to make this change. So basically, it has a big impact on us.
For me, besides I met other students from all over Middle East and North Africa region, is also YaLa Academy is offered these courses. I can remember the course I get is negotiation and conflict management, led by one of the most top peace institute in the world, which was United States Institute for Peace. I get some skills from that, I can how to listen to the other side, through that course. I mean, through negotiation and this stuff. So I think through, YaLa Academy and the course offered by them, cooperating with USIB, I think it's a great opportunity. So I really argue everyone who's can see us after this to sign up for the next MLC program.
Yes, I should always say that. I've always invited people to sign in and stuff like this. There are some people who were stalking us, basically, without saying anything, but they were so inspired. One of my friends, even they had applied for the other program, which is in the MENA region and stuff like this. Please, guys, if you have the opportunity to join. It's a great program.
It is, right.
Wow, that's great. Does anybody have anything else to add, or should we end it on that note?
For me,
I kind of enjoy talking, you know, it's fun. Like, I haven't met any of these guys, but I can talk.
Even like this hangouts like giving me this excitement just to see and talk to one from Israel, one from Yemen, and this is like great, like just to talk.
For me, it's amazing. Though I'm holding my phone all over, but it's really great opportunity, and I'm looking forward meeting you guys. I don't know when, but basically we'll meet. I know that, and we'll establish the peace that we're looking for.
Yeah. So let's say thank you, YaLa, for bringing us all together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. That was wonderful. And as they said, sign up for the YaLa Academy. You have
sign up.
Do not miss the chance.
So come join us.
Yes, come.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Congratulations to YaLa on your 3rd anniversary. You know, it's hard to believe that after 3 short years, you're already 500,000 members strong. Young men and women from Israel, from Palestine, from 15 Arab countries joined together in the cause of peace. I had a chance to meet some of these inspiring young people last spring at the Perez Conference in Jerusalem, and I went home filled with hope for the future because of them. Encouraging these young men and women is a sacred mission, because they truly have the power to pave the way to peaceful coexistence. And that's why I'm particularly pleased that the U.S. administration has been supportive of YaLa's online academy. Through that academy, young men and women across the Middle East have had an opportunity to learn from peacemakers from South Africa, from Ireland, from Rwanda, from the Balkans, who have lessons to impart about how to forge peaceful coexistence. The internet is a powerful tool for this kind of education and for the mobilization of people in the cause of peace. I'm really proud of what YaLa has accomplished in the last 3 years, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
How I wish I had been able to join you in person, because gatherings like these, which aim to unite the world community behind the development and well-being of, for instance, the African continent and its people, are crucial for a more just and peaceful world. Tolerance of and curiosity about different cultures is very important in a world characterized by diversity. The challenge for us all is to see beyond our own noses, beyond the comfort of our own communities, beyond the sanctuaries of our institutional, cultural, religious, and national borders, to recognize each other as members of one family, the human family. To know that no matter how different we may look or how curiously we behave, we are ultimately members of one family, God's family. We share a finite planet, and we all have similar needs. We learned about the power of collective action for good in our struggle against apartheid. We could not have achieved our liberation without the help of people around the world, who through the use of non-violent means, including sanctions, boycotts, and divestment, compelled their governments and corporations to reverse decades-long support for the then racist state. There was lots of money available to them to do business with South Africa, but they were willing to forego those riches to support a righteous cause. You too can contribute your little bit of good wherever you are. If you put all of those little bits of good together, they will overwhelm the world. Let us raise awareness about Africa's diversity, beauty, and power. Let us raise the world's consciousness about the inequalities that still exist in our human family. Let us ask why some of our children, depending on where they live, automatically attend fantastic schools and universities, while others among us struggle for what we call universal access to education for our children. This is not just a moral imperative, but also an economic necessity. Education is the very foundation stone of self-sufficient and self-sustaining communities and nations. There is much that Africa can teach the world. As the cradle of humankind, we do have a little experience in the affairs of human beings, not least in our understanding of the power of community, reconciliation, and forgiveness. One of the jewels of our experience is something we call Ubuntu, which is really an understanding that we are sociable beings who rely on one another. A person is a person through other persons. When we swept apartheid away in South Africa, our remarkable President Nelson Mandela established a Truth and Reconciliation Commission when some would have preferred Nuremberg-style trials. The commission was harrowing, with the most excruciating evidence of brutality and repression. But the people's power of forgiveness, of acceptance of one another, was truly astonishing. Forgiveness is transformative. It is a gift that presents an opportunity to make a new beginning. We are made for togetherness, for goodness, for compassion. Thank you, YaLa Africa, for launching this online movement to share Africa's experience. God bless you.
When you see something that your engagement in it would create conflict, distress, turbulence, violence, you don't have to do anything except not engage. Not engagement is a very powerful position. Just the simple act of stillness is the free peace. And it actually takes quite a bit of discipline over time to find yourself able to non-reflexively engage when others or situations are trying to get one to engage in violence, in discrimination, dissemination, any type of infected agitational behavior. So the free peace begins with a stance of stillness from within. Secondly, we have to learn to then negotiate with others to find some kind of medium. How do we negotiate when we have disparate points of view? So one of the things that we like to offer online on YaLa, and we're very excited about the fact that you're on board with us, and you can learn through the Nelson Mandela University peace negotiations, and this is a very powerful thing to have in your free We have to develop an economic stability that we can sustain. And in order to do that, we have to create a structure. And it is critical to break these cycles of violence and to build sustainable peace in order to create an economic flow that is even and even allows us to grow forward. Because what does every person want, and what do they want for their family and their children? Freedom, peace, and an evolution of tranquility and goodness. We all want our children to do better than we did. The only way to do that is to stay present in your own moment of now and allow yourself the understanding that in truth, peace is free. Thank you very much for talking with me today. I'm very honored to be your cultural ambassador here at YaLa. Have a good one.